Hey everyone, it's so nice to see you back on my channel, and it's so good to be back after a well-deserved and relaxing vacation. Today we're looking at going into an in-depth showdown between the AirPods 2 versus the newly released PowerBeats Pros, as this video won on my Instagram poll. If you haven't yet, follow me on social media, as I always have channel updates and polls, and also stick around to the end of the video to see how you can be the winner of either AirPods 2 or PowerBeats. This video is going to be a good one, and I hope will be useful to you guys to see which pair of truly wireless headphones is the right choice for you. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this one. If you're trying to decide between purchasing AirPods 2 or PowerBeats and can't decide, then you've come to the right place. We're gonna look at everything, man. Everything from price, feel, battery, design, everything. I personally love both and feel both have different use cases, but I hope by the end you can draw your own conclusion as to which of these is right for you. With that being said, we have a lot to cover, so let's start first with design. Everyone knows AirPods. Well, mostly everyone knows how these look like, and to be honest, when AirPods first came out, I thought they looked kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I thought people looked really silly at first, kind of looked like the jutting out of the buds made you look like some kind of alien with antennas coming out of your ears, but I guess the design has grown on me. These only come in white, which is a big bummer, and design wise, look exactly like your wired earpods that come bundled in with your iPhone purchase, but of course, minus the wire. The design works. They're really simple, not being flashy whatsoever, and are unchanged from the first gen AirPods on the exterior. The PowerBeats do differ a lot since they have an over-ear style and also are more of a in-ear design, which allows for noise isolation. That I'll brush up on later. While the PowerBeats aren't as seamless as the AirPods, they do have some advantages that the AirPods don't. For one, the AirPods have a one-size-fits-all approach, whereas the PowerBeats not only have adjustable ear hooks, but also different size ear tips to accommodate just about everyone. Couple that with the fact that the PowerBeats also feature actual buttons like a volume rocker and the ability to control playback, and from my experience are more reliable than the AirPods tap gestures. For those who don't know, you can double tap your AirPods to activate Siri or pause your music, but from my experience, this double tap gesture basically translates to, it might work or it might not. You never know, and I like that the PowerBeats buttons simply just work, and the addition of the volume rocker is just a cherry on top. Of course, the design is subjective. Some prefer the minimalistic look of the AirPods, but others may prefer the sportier, more secure fit of the PowerBeat. Now, coming down to the reason you buy headphones for, to listen to music, videos, or podcasts, and let me first start by saying both of these earbuds sound exceptional. You'd be lying to yourself if you said these sound like trash. Yeah, they're not the best, but both surely do provide an elevated listening experience than most of the other competition. I'm not gonna lie though, the AirPods sound no different than the first gen AirPods in my opinion. As a matter of fact, the AirPods differ very slightly from the wired buds you get with your iPhone. They sound just a tad clearer and just a tad bit louder, so if you want an idea of how these sound, take your wired earpods and imagine them being about 12% louder and clearer. Why 12%? I don't know, that number just came to mind while scripting. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe their sound, just really balanced overall. However, if you want an elevated listening experience, I would suggest the PowerBeats. Let me explain why. The PowerBeats feature an in-ear style, which is kind of like wearing earplugs. They go deeper into your ear canal than your AirPods do, which creates an effect known as noise isolation, which is a clear advantage over the AirPods. Similar to earplugs, you'll notice that having these on with no music creates that similar ambience reduction, making your music sound more vivid and crisper. Couple that with the fact that beats in general have punchier bass, and you're in for a pleasant treat. I've listened to music with both extensively and love how the PowerBeats allow the bass to be very rich without being overbearing and not drowning out other components to your music like vocals, mids, and other instruments. In terms of sound, I'd confidently say the PowerBeats have a clear advantage, but you'll enjoy listening to your favorite tunes to your heart's content on either pair. Speaking of, battery is phenomenal on both. Battery is so good that if you ever caught without a charge on either of these, it's entirely your fault. This rarely happens to me, as typically I have to charge my buds about every 7 to 10 days, just depending on how much I use them, and I consider myself a pretty heavy user. The AirPods have a juicy 5 hours of listening time on a single charge on the buds, but the PowerBeats best that with a staggering 9 whole hours. That's more than a standard 8-hour working day for most. You could wake up in the morning and catch a bus or train to wherever you have to go at 9 a.m. and then be dead by about 6 p.m. give or take. 9 hours on the PowerBeats is perfect for arriving at an airport, chilling in an airport lounge, taking your short to medium flight, and arrive to your destination, all without taking these out a single time to charge. I can attest to that. I recently went to Seattle and did exactly that. It was amazing. However, both charging cases hold an additional 24 hours of juice to recharge your buds. Not only that, but the PowerBeats have a slight edge once again, since a 15-minute quick charge gets you 4.5 hours of listening time, while the same 15-minute interval gets you 3 hours of listening time on the AirPods. As a matter of fact, a 5-minute quick charge on the PowerBeats gives you an hour and a half of listening time. It's insane. Not too bad for either, but to me, time is precious, and if I have to be somewhere on the quick, I'd prefer the peace of mind knowing the PowerBeats gets me almost 5 hours instead of 3 while on the fly. Man, it seems I'm being biased towards the PowerBeats, but I'm really not. Let's move to a category where the AirPods have a very distinct advantage over the Beats, that being the charging case itself. If you haven't watched my official PowerBeats review, you totally should, and for those who did watch it, may know that I voiced my opinion on the super chunky charging case for the PowerBeats. Literally, the charging case dilemma is like the difference between Brock Lesnar and Conor McGregor. While the PowerBeats case isn't necessarily massive per se, in direct comparison, it's a behemoth when compared side to side to the AirPods case and could be a huge factor when deciding which to buy. I found the AirPods to be more convenient, as having that massive case in your shorts pocket not only looks awkward but is also a huge inconvenience. The only exception is when I was out and about for a long time, in which case I just pop my PowerBeats on and leave the case at home. Believe me when I say this case can be cumbersome to carry around, so ask yourself how much convenience is of importance to you. The AirPods case is extremely small and compact and can be carried with ease, even palming it in your hand comfortably if need be. In terms of portability, I'd say the AirPods definitely have a clear advantage. To wrap up the case, while we're still on the topic of it, the AirPods yet again edges out a dub in the wireless charging department. AirPods obviously win because the PowerBeats case doesn't support wireless charging at all, which is weird to me since you're paying much more for your PowerBeats, so you'd assume it'd come standard with this feature, but they don't. This feature isn't of that much importance to me though, as since I mentioned earlier, I really only need to charge these things about once a week. While putting the AirPods case on the wireless charger is cool and makes me feel futuristic, it only saves me about 2 seconds as opposed to charging it the traditional non-cool way with your standard lightning cable. Do keep in mind though that the AirPods 2 does come in 2 options, one with a wireless charging case and a standard case that doesn't support wireless charging. I guess this is a perfect transition to discuss price. The non-wireless charging AirPods version will set you back a pretty $159 USD, while the AirPods 2 with wireless charging case demands more of a premium, a $40 premium to be exact, which brings the total price to $199. If wireless charging is of importance to you, pick up the $199 AirPods. You won't be disappointed. However, the PowerBeats Pros come with just one price point, $249, which is a lot for some for earbuds, and later in the summer, you'll be able to choose from 3 different additional colors for the PowerBeats being moss, ivory, and navy, while the AirPods only come in standard white despite rumors of black AirPods that never came to fruition. I was honestly sad when the new AirPods were announced and didn't come in black. I think black AirPods would look so sleek and stealthy, but hopefully Apple will give us black AirPods for the next iteration of their beloved buds. The thing is, the AirPods and PowerBeats debate can get pretty heated with diehard AirPods or Beats fans, but to be completely honest, both buds are geared for entirely different people. I'd say the AirPods are generally favored by the general public, and most people will find these great for your typical casual use case. The PowerBeats, however, have sports and athleticism written all over them and come with some interesting features related to sports and athletics that the AirPods just don't have. For one, the PowerBeats are sweat and water resistant with an IPX4 rating, while the AirPods don't. No, this doesn't mean you can use these in the shower, or I'm not sure, maybe you can. Someone try it out and let us all know in the comments, for real. No, I'm kidding, but seriously, don't dunk your PowerBeats in water as you'll likely ruin them. However, in my official review, I dunked a whole pint of water on my head and they were totally fine. So even if you perspirate like a dying pig, you should be totally fine with the PowerBeats. Again, as mentioned, going with the whole athleticism motif, the PowerBeats have adjustable ear hooks and tips, while the AirPods are a one-size-fits-all. One thing both buds have in common is the addition of the H1 chip, which is excellent in preserving that battery as long as possible. easy Hey Cindy access with your voice, and pairing so easy an eggplant could do it. So look, here's the thing. You guys want me to choose a winner, huh? Which is better? Well, I'm sorry to say, but in my eyes, they're both winners. For me, it's a tie. The AirPods have advantages that the PowerBeats Pros don't, and vice versa. But that's not to say both buds don't have their weaknesses. It boils down to this. Do you prefer small and portable, or sporty and durable? The AirPods fit the bill for the perfect compact truly wireless headphones that can be taken just about anywhere. Remember that joke Steve Jobs made about the Nano fitting into the little jean pocket? You know what I mean? Like the little square pocket some jeans have? Yeah, that can be used to store your AirPods case. No kidding, they're that small. However, with the smaller size, you do sacrifice on battery life and sound quality, but to me, is an even trade-off as the AirPods already sound great. It's crazy because at first glance, you'd never think these two headphones are made by the same company, but that's the thing. They're radically different from each other in terms of design. The PowerBeats definitely are made for you if you consider yourself an active individual. I cannot stress enough how the adjustability of these has made such a huge impact on my workouts. When I lift, AirPods tend to feel slippery on my ear, and Beats Studios are just too cumbersome to do any kind of extraneous workouts. And thus, the PowerBeats are the perfect middle ground. Excellent sound, a way more secure and customizable fit, and way longer battery for days you may be out the entire afternoon on a hike or running a marathon. As mentioned though, you pay a higher premium for the PowerBeats, and a big drawback is the bigger carrying case, but if both of these factors don't really affect you, then definitely just go for the PowerBeats. At the end of the day, I can't tell you which to get. You'll have to draw your own conclusions and see which best suit your needs. I laid out everything there is comparing and contrasting between the two, and summarized both in this very elegant and concise table I made, which took about 15 minutes to make because for some dumb reason, I never took an Intro to Making Tables online class. So if you find this table useful, definitely screenshot it and take it with you when making your decision on which pair to buy. I find both to be excellent, but I know at the end of the day, you want to know which are best for you. I hope this video helped you guys out in determining which to pick up, and I'm happy if I was able to help in any way in helping you make your decision, and I hope you're happy with whichever you got. Let me know in the comments below which you prefer, or if you have anything to say about either pair, whether it's something you love or hate about them. Whatever the case may be, just let me know down below, and don't forget that my giveaway for these is still live. You guys decided for this giveaway to end on July 5th on a poll I ran, so you have until then to enter. I'll be hosting a live stream for this exciting event where I announce the lucky winner. All you have to do to enter is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and drop a comment on my official PowerBeats Pro review. Make sure you drop your comment on the PowerBeats video, which I'll link in the description to be entered. Well guys, I'm excited to be back pumping out more content, and am pleased to see you all back. I really can't wait to catch you on my next video, and am thrilled to see you all on my live stream. So make sure to stay tuned. Peace.